أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البلد الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. Sadakallahu Azim. Juma Mubarak. Blessed is the man that walketh not under the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and this Lord I see hideth sunlight and undone. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him leave never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them there like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment, nor see them on them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah, lover the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner among them, always and always I go perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jo kadama we gromabe, how ma uso bolisa adanu woto e was sick player for. How atanyu moe, atanyu moe, atanyu moe. Oh you wala dong, oh you wala dong, oh you wala dong. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous brewing. Food. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot to be subjected to some amount of heating. And then they produce all the sumptuousness, all the palatability, all the nutritiousness. Oh my God. What are we talking about? We are producing food. Ironically, not even the black pot, nor the ingredients eat the food. It is us, the eaters, who eat the food. Yet every time, the black pot and the ingredients will rise to the occasion and produce sumptuous, nutritious, palatable food. Now, this teaches us a very important lesson, a lesson of selflessness, a lesson of sacrifice. How many of us believe that it's by dint of hard work that we have arrived where we are? How many people believe that every man or woman who is poor is lazy? How many people believe that no matter what, whatever he has from his hard work, nobody deserves to be part of it, and therefore they are not charitable? How many people believe that we have it all today? Let's eat it all. After all, tomorrow we die. How many people don't believe even in the next generation? How many people don't even care? This is the black pot. No nation ever develops without thinking generationally. No nation ever thinks this way. We have it all today. Let's eat it all. After all, tomorrow will take care of itself. No nation ever develops without making allowance for people who are yet to be born, the next generation. This is why this show is here. It's a show that rewires the mindset of our people. It is a show that goes beyond just patriotism. It also deals with the mindset. My brother, my sister, it's a show of patriotism, a show of loyalty, and it's a show that rewires the mindset of the average African. Now, if the mindset of the average African is righted, every other thing will be right. Individuals will build schools, roads, and hospitals without waiting for the government to do that. Individuals will fight to protect the land, just as is done in some other countries. But in our country, we see the government as our enemy. Who is the government? What is the government? We fail to understand that the government is not an entity that lives in space, but we, you and I, form the government. If you steal from the government, you steal from yourself and you steal from me. That is what it is. My brother, my sister, until we start to teach civics in our schools, like it's done in some countries around the world, until we are able to push our people into the world of patriotism and loyalty, our nation will continue to hemorrhage from unpatriotism. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. I want to thank you so much for joining us. We are live on YouTube. Our channel is Blakk Empire Media, BLAKK Empire Media. Please make sure that you click on the subscription button and subscribe to this channel and hit on the notification button so that you will be reminded every time we are on. Remember, this is the only show in the country and beyond that is 100% dedicated to patriotism and the rewiring of the mindset of our people. We come on every day, Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. sharp. It runs for 60 minutes and then we are done. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And I can tell you that we are excited to have you and we never take you for granted. Your time is very precious to us, so we will never waste your time. Thank you so much to our supporters. Is it? Yes, ISIT simply means in spirit, in truth. And this is a new social media platform, in fact, social media app that is doing magic around the world. You know what Is It does? Now, if you're tired of your regular social media app that does so much negativity, oh, we're talking about racism, violence, and even nudity, jump ships and join us on Is It. On Is It is all 100% positivity. Oh, yes. Now, this one was modeled by Ghanaian engineers in America. And what can you do with Is It? You can go live. You can also, oh yes, you can also make video and audio calls at the same time. Oh, you promote your business, push your brand, and it is that easy. My brother, my sister, this is Is It. And remember that you can find this on Google Play and also on App Store for free. Just download that and come on Is It. And remember, with Is It, you can connect with family and friends and meet other positive-minded people. Come and let us make it happen. We are also supported by Le Shrine. And this is that executive club for VVIP. Located right there in Accra at La Boma Beach Resort at La. And the nice thing about this resort is that it is surrounded by a beautiful forest. It's not just any forest, but a holy Gamache forest. Oh, now when you are right here, you feel like you are in the Garden of Eden. The whole place is sitting at the mouth of the Atlantic Ocean, being serenaded by the sexy waters of the ocean and the sexy breeze coming from the ocean. Oh my God. And if you're tired of swimming in the sea, we have a sexy swimming pool at Le Shrine that you can just hop in and just pretend for a minute that you are a fish. Oh my God. What do you want to eat? What do you want to drink? Is it continental or is it local? No problem. Anything you want to drink, we have it here. That is why at Le Shrine we say, anything you want to see, come and see it for yourself. On Monday, we have the karaoke night alongside the adult night. And remember, it's X-rated entertainment, so don't bring your children. Wednesday, we have what is known as the reggae night. Oh gosh, Blakk Santino is responsible for making Wednesday beach reggae so popular in Accra and beyond. My brother, my sister, this is what it is. Give credit where credit is due. Blakk Santino and friends can now be heard live and witnessed right there inside Le Shrine. Oh, beautiful. Trust me. Le Shrine. And on Sunday, we have what is known as the special ladies' night. It's also X-rated. Make sure that you do not come with your children. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo. And you can do business with Le Shrine. You can have your private parties. You can also go there and have fun. Call them on 0203 5050 or 0204 5050 or 0205 5050 or 0206 5050 50. This is Le Shrine. And today we have 5 very important issues to discuss. Come here. Watch me. Watch me. Now, the very first story we are looking at today is rolling on your screen, and I need you to watch it. Watch me. It says, Dampare, West IGP. And this is coming from COP, that's Commander of Police, Mensah. Right? Run the story. This is the man. This is the man. His name is George Alex Mensah, COP. In fact, he's a high-ranking police officer. Top-class police officer. We remember him from the days of Ayawasu Wagon, when some Marx people were unleashed on the people to brutalize them during the elections. We all remember how Sam George was slapped, and we heard the sound of the slap. It was like an atomic bomb had landed on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. My brother, my sister, nothing came out of that commission's investigations. The dirty party in government decided never to react and do anything about it. We remember how arrogantly Kojo Nkrumah, yes, the Minister of Information, came out and told us that, yes, we have seen the report, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are not going to work with 1. We are not going to work with 2. We will consider 4 and 5, and the rest of them can go to hell. We heard that. At the commission, this man here, COP George Alex Mensah, told us that he didn't know about the Marx people, that they were not police people. That's what he told us. And he didn't understand why people said these were police people, yet they had never been under his command. He had never known them. This is a top-class policeman. So if he says that Dampare is the worst IGP he has ever seen as a policeman and beyond, then we need to take him serious. And this is Dampare. What could be brewing between them? We're going to look at it. Run the story. Let's watch it. This is serious information. Now, Dampare is the worst IGP I've met in my 31 years of service. And this is COP Alex Mensah. Full name, George Alex Mensah. Run the story. Commissioner of Police, not commander, Commissioner of Police, COP. Alex Mensah has said that in his 31 years of service, George Akufu Dampare is the worst Inspector General of Police, IGP, he has ever seen. According to him, most of the police personnel are not happy with the way and manner IGP George Akufu Dampare is handling the police service, and there is a high level of mismanagement under his tenure. During the hearing of the committee on Friday, September 1, and that is today. Today, 2023, COP Alex Mensah reiterated that George Akufu Dampare is not fit to become the Inspector General of Police. Hence the terrible mismanagement or the terrible management of the police service under his watch. He's not fit. Underline that. Honorable Chair, there are several opportunities, and I have said yesterday, if you give me the chance today, I will say so again. He, IGP Akufu Dampare, is not managing the police service well. For me, with the 31 years in the service, I can tell you he is the worst IGP we have ever had in this country, Ghana. Now, what is the background to all this? There was a leaked audio recording allegedly involving a police commissioner and a politician discussing a plot to remove the IGP, George Akufu Dampare. And this was what ignited the outrage. Dash it away. My brother, and if you listen to that tape, it's nauseous. You'll hear them, including Alex, saying that, oh, Dampare, the way he does his things, he's too just. He will not sit down for anybody to cheat. But in every election, there is mafia. If we don't mafia, we may not win. And I'll be sad that this party goes into opposition. That's what we heard on the tape. So the allegation there is not because the IGP is inefficient. It is because he's too just. If he's too just, and you need to be a little crooked or overly crooked in order to win an election, he will be the wrong person to put in there as the IGP. Therefore, the machinations must begin now to take him out, or else the party that I have sympathies for would lose the elections. This was what we heard in the tape. All of a sudden, we are hearing that the tape has been doctored, and we'll look at it. And we are now hearing that he is the worst person who has ever become an IGP, and that is not fit for that office. Come here, let's discuss it. Come here. Brethren, you see, in this country, anybody who breaks away from the norm of corruption and decides to be straight is seen as crazy. The first question they ask you is, where did you have your training? Is it in England or in America? There was a time somebody was maltreating his wife and saying almost, things we cannot repeat. I decided to approach this man and speak with him. First question he asked me was, I'm sure you didn't live in this country. You were actually born in another country. And he mentioned some other countries I wouldn't want to repeat here. Simply because Ghanaians are interested in eating rot. Ghanaians are so accepting of foolishness and corruption. It has become the norm. Anybody who goes to the bank now and is in a queue, and the banker decides that, oh, you should come and take your 10 and leave, even though you came to meet other people. And you say, oh, don't worry, I'll wait for my 10. They will see you as crazy. They will even see that offer as disrespectful. You refusing to take the offer. True or false? My brother, this is the country we have inherited. A country that is overly corrupt. A country that is not ready to be uplifted. Our people have destroyed this country. When Dampare came, we all saw what he did. He became a superstar amongst the people. Of course, we were expecting him to raise it to another level. Unfortunately, he started decaying. Now we understand why he started decaying. Because there were people inside his dress, inside his shirt, inside his cloth, inside his suit, biting him. When Dampare came, he came in with a lot of power, energy, fighting to make sure that the police service would all be turned around. I remember a friend of mine wanted to join the police. And when he went for the auditioning, he was provided with a drink and some pastries. He was shocked. In the days before Dampare, people stood in the hot sun, sweating. Nobody even greeted them. But when he came in, he made people queue nicely in an air-conditioned outfit. They were served with drinks whilst they were waiting for their turn. We saw him do so many other things. My brother, my sister, my disappointment is that he's not been able to fight corruption amongst the police. He started off showing his muscles, flexing them nicely. All of a sudden, all the bad police are back on the street and they are taking bribes night and day. It doesn't look like the Ghanaian police service is ready to help Dampare rise. And if you have people like George Alex Mensah saying that he's the worst, then you must think twice. And I'm going to tell you some of the reasons he might be saying this. Come here. Watch me now. Watch me. Now, the same George Alex Mensah, COP, said that he had lobbied several times to become the IGP. But it never worked. This man, he said he wanted to be the IGP. And he lobbied several times. It won't be long. He would also be retiring. And if his party does not win the elections, his dream of becoming an IGP would be the slimmest. That's one. Number two, Dampare, who was seen as somebody who had sympathies for the NPP, is today being seen as somebody who rather has sympathies for Ghana. He is not somebody who would work according to the whims and caprices, the dictates of the heart of the NPP. And for that matter, probably he should have been that IGP and not Dampare. After all, he is hook, line, and sinker for the NPP. And we heard that in the tape. He said, it's not because I want to be the IGP. Even if we remove him and somebody else is put in there, it's okay. Yes, but if they call me to be the IGP, why not? I'll be the IGP, but it's not because I want to. Listen to this. Today they are telling us that the tape is doctored. And again, we'll go deeper into that. So if this man here has been lobbying to be the IGP and never got the opportunity, but they rather gave it to Dampare, you can tell why he is bitter. Can we investigate the police service? Do we have a majority of them fighting Dampare and saying that his tactics are bad? Can we find out what the tactics are? Is it because the Ghana Police Service wants to be let loose to go on a corruption and bribery spree? And Dampare is trying to halt that. That is why some people might not like it. My brother, when Dampare came, we all applauded. When Dampare came, we all were very happy that, oh, we finally had somebody at least who will whip into line the Ghana Police Service. Now, the name of the Ghana Police Service is nothing but bribery. I remember I even offered myself to Dampare and told him, Dampare, I am ready to help you succeed. Can we rebrand the Ghana Police Service? The mentality of the people when it comes to Ghana police is very bad. In America, when there's an argument and the police arrive there, people know that solutions have come. In America, when you are in a certain trouble and you see a cop approaching, you know that there is some amount of solace coming to you. Not in Ghana. When we see the police, we start holding our pockets tight. They might steal from our pockets. They just want bribe. I know and I've seen a number of people who tell you that I've never had a driver's license for the past 10 years, but I've been driving. When the police stop me, I give them peanuts and I drive on. You are killing Ghana. This was what I expected Dampare to do. The mindset of the police. A lot of them are young boys and girls. They don't know too much when it comes to life. You are grown. Use your experience. Teach them civics. Whip them into line. Raise their benefits so that when they know that they retire and they get these bonuses, and if they misbehave, they might be sacked and will lose all these benefits like it's done in America and other places. They will work. Above all, it's all about Ghana. Whip up their interest in the country. Do you know the number of police people I know who have left the Ghana service and they are in America, sleeping 10 in a room, cleaning toilets and all that and plates? Yet they left the Ghana police because it's not prestigious, one. And two, the image is so terrible. When it comes to salary, it's nothing to write home about. Dampare didn't consider me. Maybe he didn't need my help. I'm not the only person. Maybe he found some other person. But up till now, how have they rebranded the police? My family is a family of police. My grandfather was a police. Inspector Audu Kankani was a policeman. I've talked about him over and over. My auntie was a police. And many more people in my family. So when I see the police, my heart beats for the police. That's what I'm talking about. But they failed to rebrand the police. Until the Ghana police is rebranded, you will continue to pour water into a basket. But to COP, Commissioner of Police, George Alex Mensah, you are a jealous guy. You, this guy. You don't have Ghana at heart. And it hurts me. My brother, if people can be this partisan, how are they going to be able to stand and be neutral and support a party that is not theirs? Imagine another party comes into power. You think people like this are going to give 100% support to that party? And when it comes to elections, you think these people who are talking about mafia, they were trained to bring about peace and justice. That is why it is called the police service. In South Africa, they call it the police force. My brother, my sister, until people like Tatani were shot and killed, and South African people said, change the name from the police force to the police peace and security. We are happy that we changed ours long ago from the police force to the police service. But if your service is a disservice, how can we trust you? This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Come here, follow me. Next story. Watch me. He's been lobbying to become IGP. It has not worked for the time being. He's about to retire. His biggest chance is his government in power, because the president is the one who appoints the IGP. We have been fighting for the constitution to change some of these things. We give our presidents too much power. They are like demigods. So if he doesn't get the IGP ship whilst his government is in power, he might retire without it. Like my very good friend from TI Amade Secondary School, who retired recently without the IGP ship. But he's happy. He's somewhere else. Ghana will continue to honor him for the work that he did. Titles are not the zenith of a man's life. We have a lot of people who have big, big titles here. They are more useless than Satan. They are there. Why do we love titles and yet we don't have the content? Why can't we work without titles? You want to retire as the IGP so people can clap for you. For that matter, you are going around bad-mouthing somebody. And when we talk, we say the tape was doctored. Next story, my youth. Now, next thing I want to look at, dash this one out. Let's look at this. And I need us to look at it carefully. It says what? U.S. visa bans Sierra Leone. U.S. visa bans Sierra Leone. What are we talking about? Sierra Leone has been tracked down. What is happening to Sierra Leone? What? Watch this. U.S. announces visa ban on Sierra Leone officials over vote rigging. And look at our headline. U.S. visa bans Sierra Leone. That's what we're talking about. U.S. announces visa ban on Sierra Leone officials over vote rigging. Come here. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Run the story, my youth. It says the United States government has imposed visa restrictions on officials it says are responsible for undermining democracy in Sierra Leone. The move follows the disputed June 2023 general election, which Western observers say lacked transparency. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said on Thursday that the U.S. will impose visa restrictions on officials who were allegedly involved in the manipulation and rigging of the electoral process, as well as those involved in alleged acts of intimidating voters, election observers, and civil rights activists. Under this policy, the United States will pursue visa restrictions for those believed to be responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Sierra Leone, including through the manipulation or rigging of the electoral process, intimidation of voters, election observers, or civil society organizations through threats or acts of physical violence, or the abuse or violation of related human rights in Sierra Leone. Mr. Blinken said in a statement, the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone came under heavy criticism from Western observers who slammed the process for lacking transparency, even though some local and regional observers, including the African Union and Economic Community of West African States, declared it as free and fair. The AU and the ECOWAS said it's free and fair. America says it's not free and fair. And for that matter, they have decided to ban Sierra Leone. In fact, the officials who, according to America, were involved in intimidating voters and so on and so forth from going to America. Click. Hold it there. The main opposition, All People's Congress, APC, believes the electoral process was rigged to favor the incumbent President Julius Maada Bio and his party. Bio was declared winner of the presidential election with 56.17% of the vote in the first round, whilst the Sierra Leonean People's Party won an overwhelming majority in the House of Parliament. The APC, whose candidate Dr. Samura Kamara got 41.16% of votes, has refused to participate in governance, boycotting parliament and other lower level governance structures. It demanded a rerun of the elections statutory. Brethren, why is it that we can never have a peaceful election in Africa? And I'm going to say something that is going to hurt a lot of people. My brother, if the AU, the African Union, that oversees the whole of Africa except one or two countries, says that it is correct, free and fair, the ECOWAS, which oversees the sub-region, West Africa, that Sierra Leone is part of, says is correct. America alone says it's not. What does America know that ECOWAS doesn't know? Can America tell? What does America know that the ECOWAS doesn't know? And by now, idiots are sitting somewhere and say, yes, of course, America is always right. My brother, I am hurt that in our own elections in Africa, the top African guns are both saying that the election was free and fair. I have no links with Maada Bio or Samara Kamara. I have links with Africa. If the AU, the African Union, please, this is African Union, sent observers there and said it was free and fair. ECOWAS, Economic Commission of West African States, also endorsed it and said it was free and fair. How dare America say that it's not free and fair? And America is going on to say that visa bans have been slapped on some officials. Can America share the intelligence? My brother, I want to also say something. Watch me. Hey, America says you can't come to America. Can we say, America, we are banning your officials from coming to Sierra Leone? The Sierra Leoneans, can they say that? The American officials will laugh at them. And they will say, like the former French ambassador said to me, what do we need Mali for? There's nothing in Mali. We don't need Mali. After coming down to impoverish Mali, right now, France doesn't need Mali. Sierra Leone, Salone, my brother, my sister, they are banning the top officials from coming. And a lot of them are going to be crying. Have you realized that these days, anything that the West is not happy about Africa, the biggest thing they use now, in those days it was sanctions. We won't give you corn to eat. We won't give you wheat to eat. You will suffer. Now is visa bans. They have gradually turned their countries into heaven. That if you don't get a visa to their countries, you are doomed. Africa, rise. Make your country the true heaven. After all, the Garden of Eden was located right here in Africa. It hurts me when you and your friend have a certain quarrel and he says, don't come to my house again. And you start crying. It means that you have more to benefit from going to his house than him. This is what America is doing. Remember a few weeks back, France came out and told us point blank that it has banned all Burkinabes, all Malians, and some other such countries from coming to France because they sacked their ambassadors. And they said so many things against France. This is childish. Why don't you target the leaders? If anything at all. You ban all the citizens of Mali, all the citizens of Burkina Faso, as if to say we are retaliating. When would Africa stand up and make Africa so beautiful, so prestigious to the point that we can also look at America and say, we have banned your president from coming to this country. We have banned these number of people from coming. When will Africa be prestigious enough to be invited to come and observe American elections? So that we can also say, Ghana says that the American election was not peaceful. When the American elections happened, and Trump said it was rigged, and he got his goons to go and attack the White House, and so on and so forth, did anybody ban anybody from flying from America to any country? I'm not endorsing foolishness. But it hurts me that the AU said that the elections in Sierra Leone went peacefully and fair. That the ECOWAS said same. And America alone says, no, it was not free and fair. Don't come to our country. What arrogance. When will Africa rise? When will Africa stand tall? So that we also can say, hey, we have banned you from coming to our country. And we see them begging and crying. Where is that leader? Is it Nanado? Who is that leader? Sankara was trying to do that. They exterminated him in no time. And he fizzled into thin air. They sent our own people to come after us if they realize that we are overly anointed to be able to deal with the situation. Sierra Leone, you shall overcome. You shall overcome. It's time to be more patriotic. It's time to put your country on a better pedestal. It's time to be able to tell the world that, my brother, go to South Africa and say, do you think they could have said this to South African leaders? Could America say this to South African leaders? Julius Malema and the rest, and tell them, you can't come to America. They will laugh at them. Go to South Africa and see what they have. South Africa is heaven. When I am going on vacation, I prefer to go to South Africa most of the times. And if Bawumia wins this election, that is where I'll go and live. Because I will not risk my life for another 4 years in the hands of this dirty party. I've promised you that already. I'll go to South Africa. It's a beautiful country. I will never sell my life for 4 years again to Bawumia. I'm not crazy. I've seen enough of this buffoonery. And it's time for us, my brother and my sister, to be reasonably wise. If you guys want him, keep him. Let them continue taking you to the IMF. Let America keep threatening you. Let England keep threatening you with visas. After all, some of you, if you don't get the visas, you commit suicide. Some of you sleep in churches and drink holy water and holy oil. Some of you sleep in cemeteries because of an American visa or a British visa. Why would they not threaten you with these visas? The last time I was in England, they almost chased me out because they had given me a long visa. So many years, 10 years. In so many years, I hadn't been to England. They asked me at the immigration, you don't respect our country? I said, of course I respect your country. I love England. Yes, but if I have nothing to do in England. I said, but the visa we gave you is because you are a regular traveler and you are not coming. I said, because COVID came, 1, and 2, I moved to another job, and because of that, I had to stay and keep myself firm. They had to call who to find out if they should allow me into the country. At the end of the day, they said, well, how long are you going to be in this country for? I said, 1.5 days. He said, you see, they're coming here for 1.5 days, and I did. I came here to do something. The thing is done. Why should I keep lingering there? Africa must rise. Somebody goes for a visa, he gets 6 months and is crying. He wanted 50 years. Who do I then? Oh, Jesus, have mercy. Dash it away, my youth. When we return, we'll do more. But I have a quote for you about the human face and visas. They say that the human face is like a passport. They say it's a passport. When you smile at people, they open up for you. But it's actually a visa. And it runs out quickly. Kai, how many people would understand this? Kai Jeme. No Koya Jeme. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show no more. When we return, the fire keeps blazing. Hey!
This one goes on too.
Wednesday, 13th September, 7 p.m. sharp, inside La Boma Beach at Le Shrine. All tongues shall confess that a volcano trumpet, Q Shandaya from St. Vincent, through Jamaica, America to Ghana, Africa, is here to stay. Also appearing is Ghana's dancehall US sensation from the backbone of reggae veteran, Daddy Bosco, Akon. Date is Wednesday, 13th September 2023, 7 p.m. sharp. The action shall be disastrous. The fire will be blazing hotter than hell. Come and see Q Shandaya and Akle at Le Shrine. Do live band non-stop. Other artists shall also pass through to balance the equation. Come and see conscious reggae and dancehall at the top. More fire. For enquiries, call Le Shrine on 0203-500-050 or 0204-500-050. See ya!
Must tell the truth.
Go on, Skipper George.
Black Pot, Kuku Show.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, where we speak truth to power. Do business with us. This is the show everybody watches across Africa. Oh, yes, everybody. It's the biggest. Please, make sure that you pick our numbers rolling on the screen right now and do business with us. What do you want to advertise? We give you the best rates. And of course, you are also helping push the agenda. That's what it is. Sacrifice. Without sacrifice, no nation ever develops. Oh, yes. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kuku Show. Next story. Keep your comments coming in. We're going to read them soon. This one says, Akon talks Pan-Africanism. Tiam Alioune is his name. He's coming all the way from Senegal. He's an ex-convict. He's been able to turn his fortunes around by working extremely hard. From Senegal, he found himself in America, the land of opportunities, they say. And he got that opportunity. He became a world star. Remember, he came from a French-speaking country. Of course, some Senegalese also speak English. He speaks both English and French. In fact, he decided to go into music. And today, he's who he is. Oh, Akon. This is him. Sweet voice. He has recordings with Michael Jackson, the king of pop, and much more. But BBC has written about this man. What is in the pot? Watch this. It says, Akon, success allows me to explore my African roots. Did you hear that? Success allows me to explore my African roots. How many people have success, making them rather become overly proud and try to change their identities from Africans to Europeans. Akon says, success rather humbles him and makes him want to explore his African roots. Watch me. Watch this, written by Manish Pandey. He's a BBC news beat writer, right? R&B star. Akon has been in the music business for almost 20 years. And the Senegalese-American singer says he's finally able to start making music for himself. Born in the US of A, Akon spent his childhood moving between New Jersey and the African country called Senegal. You see that? He learned to play several Western and African instruments. But when he started to pursue a musical career in the early 2000s, he says producers were only interested in one side of his heritage. Listen on. He learned both sides, Western and African. But producers were only interested in one. Which one? One of the biggest things that I had to actually distance myself from at the time when I did come out, of course, was the fact that I was African. Did you hear that? Please listen to it again. One of the biggest things that I had to actually distance myself from at the time when I did come out was the fact that I was African. It meant that he was trying to run away from his African self. He tells BBC Newsbeat. That wasn't really something that they could market or promote in that kind of arena that I was actually playing in. Listen attentively. This is very important. Commercially, Akon was a massive success, finding huge popularity with pop and R&B songs such as Lonely and Locked Up. Lonely. We all know that song, right? But he says the financial demands of the music market and the need to make money had an effect on his output. Everything had to be so calculated, he says. It becomes stressful and starts to feel like work and no more entertainment. Jesus have mercy. Are you listening? Since those early successes, the Smack That star has developed his own record label and launched business ventures such as the Convict clothing line. Some of his projects, like building a real-life Wakanda in Senegal with his own cryptocurrency, haven't panned out as planned. But he says enough have worked out to get him to a position where he no longer relies on others to back him. My God have mercy. And this is Afrobeat stars Wizkid and Burna Boy from Nigeria. And both took home Grammys in 2021. And I'm going to tell you about this very soon in this story. This is who? Wizkid and Burna Boy, right? And what do they do? African music. Akon was doing pop and R&B. He was running from his African self. Right? Making music at 50 years old is more about the passion and love for music, he says. And he's able to include more of an African influence in his work because there is less pressure on him to make money. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hey, did you see that? He said there was so much pressure on him to make money. So he ran away from his African self and was now doing what will give him the money, the pop and the R&B. Now that he's 50 years, he doesn't have that pressure. So he can go back to his original self, the African. Why? Wizkid is making it big with his African self. The whole dimension has shifted. The rhetoric has shifted. From the so-called R&B and pop, the new pop is African music, Afrobeat. Music is not my first revenue stream now. It has dropped down to maybe the 10th, he says. He says the financial freedom means he can add more culture to his songs, and says the tracks on his new Afro Freaks EP are a huge evolution from Lonely and Locked Up. Understand what this man is saying. Sometimes I also make songs, and my mind is that, well, this song, I want it to go commercial. But deep inside me, I make songs that suit my spirit, and it's the spirit of Africa. True? I can enjoy doing it without dealing with politics and the music business that comes with it. He says, Kai, this is good education. Akon's new EP draws heavily from Afrobeats. You see why I brought Burna Boy there and Wizkid? Did you see that? Afrobeats is not from Senegal, if anything at all, Nigeria and Ghana. But he's drawn into it. So Africa is getting its music independence now. Can you see? Akon's new EP draws heavily from Afrobeats, a genre that's become a global phenomenon, thanks to artists like who? Davido, Wizkid, and Burna Boy. All of them Nigerians. He says he's been trying to boost the style of music, which mixes African and Western influences for years, and even signed Wizkid to his own label in 2008. Did we know about that? Not many people knew that. So this is what we are doing in Ghana called Kuchoko. Reggae mixed with African rhythms. They are laughing at us. They say we are jokers. But when it blows up and it becomes the new phenomenon, then they will all want to be part of it. That's how it starts. But Akon recalls a time when Afrobeats will be dismissed by the U.S. industry bosses. Did you hear that? It's the same thing we're talking about, brethren. Hey, this is not just about music. It's bigger than music. They will dismiss it and they are the bank rollers. So you must toe their line or else go home and be hungry and die. How many people sell out their birthrights all because of these dictators? I remember back in the early 2000s when I was trying to market and get Afrobeats in America signed. They thought it was reggae music. Yes. Did you see that? Reggae. Kuchoko, kuchoko bam, kuchoko bam, kuchoko, kuchoko. Reggae and Afrobeats are friends. Reggae and Afrobeats are brothers. They come from the loins of black people in suffering situations, right? That's what it is. That's what he's saying. Run it, my youth. That's what it is, brethren. It was one of the things that was so frustrating, trying to get them to understand the African population was so big. And this music will be the future. Unfortunately, I got a lot of pushback. It will be another 10 years before Afrobeats fully broke through, with huge artists like Drake and Beyonce collaborating with some of the biggest stars. And when Wizkid took home a Grammy Award in 2021, Akon says it was one of those I told you so moments. Say ma kachrewo. Man kanchrewa. He pushed the rise of Afrobeats down to the younger generation, being more inquisitive about the new music surrounding them. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He pushed the rise of Afro music there. And I think social media had a huge role to play in expanding the sound of different genres because we didn't really have any platforms, he said. It was controlled by Europeans, Americans, white people, and black people had no chance. Angelique Kidjo and everybody had to do their local music using pop, American style, and British styles. European successes of acts like Davido changed the dynamics for Afrobeats artists, Akon says, and gave them a better idea of how to crack the US. Jesus. He says, the huge support from fellow Africans helped to put the word out, leading social media platforms, grabbing all those posts and exposing Afrobeats in a certain light. Akon says everybody really doing their part to try to get the world to see what that was. And then once they saw it, it became very infectious, you know. That's what changed everything. And he thinks the future of the genre is bright. Afrobeats is going to be around a long time because it's been around a long time already. The role that I really played was just kind of helping to expose it, putting it out there and using every opportunity that I had and every relationship that I had, every resource that I had to introduce it and hope that people will gravitate. Hallelujah. And Akon believe that it will drive curiosity about his home continent, and new artists won't have to distance themselves from their roots like he did. Oh my God. I love Akon. I want to embrace him. He was forced to do it. Now he says you don't need to do it. There has been a sacrifice. There has been a Jesus for the Afrobeats and African market. Now that he's been sacrificed, you can now come in without the need to sacrifice any further. It shined like the light globally and will now open up the door for people to learn a lot about Africa through the music of Afrobeats, he said. Afrobeats is just 0.001% of African music. There's high life. I can mention 6 million genres of African music right now. Should I start? Do you have time for that? Afrobeats is 0.00000 to the umpteenth time 1%. This is what it is. If Afrobeats is leading the way, then the world is going to be taken hostage by African music. We have more, and it's coming up. Let's open our ears to Kuchoko as well. All the youth who are so much interested in dancehall and reggae, it's the time to embrace Kuchoko. Like Akon said, a time will come that you'll be struggling to come in and the door will be closed because you didn't embrace it. Right now, people are not trying to accept Akon. Have you realized it? He's trying to do a lot of Afrobeat, but nobody is really giving him an ear because he's already sold himself out as a pop and R&B singer. It's hard for them to accept him. But I hope people would understand and accept him and let him show what he has. It's the Blakk Port. When we return, we'll be reading your messages. Hey! 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 Wayo!
Are you in Accra? Are you looking for an experience that will live with you forever? Come with me to Le Shrine, where you see anything you want to see. What do you want to eat, continental or local? Le Shrine has a mini hotel fitted with a swimming pool that is so sexy and will leave you with a sweet experience. Le Shrine has a nightclub, top of the class for VVIP and more. On Mondays, we have karaoke and adult parties. Wednesdays, reggae night. Sundays, special ladies night. We also have live reggae concerts at Le Shrine. Anything you want to see, be here to see it yourself. We are located at La Boma Beach, where the Atlantic Ocean's water serenade Le Shrine. Call us on 0203 5050 or 0204 5050 or 0205 5050 0206 5050. Visit our website at Le Shrine and see more. Le Shrine, anything you want to see, be here to see it yourself.
Go on, skip a judge.
Blakk Port, Coco Show, man.
This is the Blakk Port, aka Kuku Shoneman. Here we speak truth to power. Now let's look at your comments coming in. Send them in quickly so we can have a look at them. Yes. Jose Kofi says, my brother Black Rasta, welcome. And Oscar Pendragon says, good evening, Black Rasta. Your lovely people are waiting for you. Oh, yes. Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah. It's been a long time, Joe. Where have you been all this while, Mr. Nkrumah? He says, good evening, Black. Listening to that COP, I weep for our institutions and especially the police. Not only was the man exhibiting his lack of professionalism, but brought to bear his political lineage. I agree with you. Henyo Raphael says, Tina Ray and Raphael watching live from London. Thank God it's Friday. Blakk Rasta is here to feed us with the truth. We are always hungry to listen to you. Keep up the good work, Blakk Rasta. Love and respect, Henyo Raphael and Tina Ray. Love, 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 love. Petrina O2 says, greetings, Blakk Rasta. Really enjoyed the interview with Randy Abbey today on radio. Thanks so much. I did enjoy it too. Now, the response to him choosing between Ken and Baumia was just perfect. I agree. And then Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, it's so shameful. We have many of the likes of this COP in many of our national institutions. Any wonder we march nowhere near forward. But further decline into the abyss is so sad and pitiful. I agree with you, Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah. Ekene Okoli says, Blakk, we thank God it's Friday. Petrina O2 says, wishing a blessed birthday in advance. Okay, yeah, tomorrow is my birthday. I almost forgot. I'll be 49 years young tomorrow. May Jah protect and keep you for all of us in Africa. May all the wicked men perish. Amen. May this birthday curse all the dirty African leaders and send them to early graves if they are not ready to change. Paul says, patience moves mountains. So here we go with the move on the Black Pot Show. Every now and then with the pot master behind the fire from the Navrongo man, Ayeku Kem, John Paul. Respect to all the people of Navrongo Kuitem. Then you say Kugara. Petrina Otu says, from my daughter, Mami Safua, your biggest fan and Virgo partner. She says, happy birthday to you. Oh my God. I love you, Mami. I love you, Mami. Thanks so much. And Stephen Banda says, good God. Good God. It's Friday. And the wisdom man, the man of wisdom is live. Please share. Blakk, we are too much. Yeah. Share the broadcast and hit on the like and also comment. Stephen Banda says, Blakk, this is Steve. And I'm listening to you live from Bloemfontein, right there in South Africa. Thanks for the teachings you're always giving to us. Blessed love. Francis Ampim says, Blakk Rasta, good evening to you and your crew. Blakk, we are serious. Are we serious as a nation when our police institution is behaving like this? Are they not supposed to be protecting the country, but they are behaving like this? So sad. I agree with you, Ampim. Stephen Banda says, Blakk, I like your outfit too much. And please tell me the name. Oh, there's different African symbols put in there and all the designs and all that. See? Yes. So you want the name of this fabric. I may have to find it out. See? Joe Emmanuel Nkrumah says, it's now so bizarre that people nowadays don't want to be selfless in state institutions. So their hard work be recognized and rewarded, but rather plot to oust their leaders so they crown themselves. It's like that. Have you realized that in Ghana we are so much in a hurry to push away people who are doing well, to replace them? We are so much in a hurry to replace people. A musician comes, within 4 years you're already tired of him, you want him to go away. Azonto came, we're tired of Azonto. Within 4 years we kicked Azonto out. Afrobeat has been there. How many years now? They are not tired, they are listening. Azonto has been buried. Stephen Banda says, Blakk, thanks so much for us. We are learning from you always, and I'm so happy to always listen to you. And he says, the king of Africa is Blakk Rasta. Blessed love. Royal Anchor TV says, COP, Commissioner of Police. Yes, I think he was trying to correct me when I said Commander of Police. Yes, it's Commissioner of Police. We corrected it later. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Olivius Winsey says, hello, Blakk Rasta. You, Uncle Kwesi Pratt, Kevin Taylor, Johnny on TV3, and Chidi Jonas are doing good for the motherland. To God be the glory. We appreciate that and we love you. Amanda Shevchenko says, come here. You think say you day wise. Stephen Banda says, come here. Woyo. Ajeduna says, welcome, Blakk Rasta. And Sharif Ibrahim says, that is where corruption starts. Why would you lobby for a position? Well, lobbying is actually legal. You lobby. You just let them know that, well, this is what I have, this is what I have, this is what I have. If you give me the post, I can do A, B, C, D. He's just telling you, exposing himself to you and telling you he's ready for the job. Come here! Next story. Send your comments in, and then we're going to be able to deal with this as soon as possible. We have just a few more minutes to go. It says, Dampare doctored leaked tape. And this is COP Mensah still talking. He says Dampare doctored and leaked the tape that is in circulation. And that the original one is with who? This is the man. COP George Alex Mensah. He's frustrated that he wanted to be the IGP and it didn't happen. And somebody else came. He's more frustrated because he thinks that this person does not even love the NPP that put him in there. He's rather looking at a bigger picture of Ghana. For that matter, he's the worst IGP ever. Run the story, my youth. IGP leaked tape, edited. The original one is with Akufo-Addo. And this is what COP Mensah is saying. Can you believe that? But what is Bugri Nabu saying? Is he also saying that it's been doctored? The one who recorded it. Bugri Nabu leaked audio. COP Mensah accuses IGP of suppressing dissent within the police. You see that? And when you read it, I'm not going to go too much into it. It says, the Director General of Operations for the Ghana Police Service, COP George Alex Mensah, has raised concerns about the current Inspector General of Police, George Akufu Dampare, alleging that he is stifling dissent within the police service. All he's trying to say is that people who have different opinions, he doesn't want to listen to them. Bring the other story. Here he says that the IGP himself took the tape leaked by Bugri Nabu and he edited it and doctored it. Run the story. Watch it. We have to be quick. COP Alex Mensah, one of the police officers caught on tape, allegedly plotting the removal of Inspector General of Police Dr. George Akufu Dampare, claims the tape was edited. The senior police officer, who is currently on leave pending his retirement, testified before the committee on Thursday, August 31, 2023, that he does not trust some aspects of the tape. He revealed that he believed the original tape is in possession of the President of the Republic and that he would be grateful if he was given a copy. Wow. He had asked the committee to give him a copy of the original tape. But the chair, Lawyer Atachia, told him that there was public speculation that the committee had a copy of the tape. However, the chair informed him that the committee will not be releasing any additional tapes in addition to the one that was already available to the public. When asked if there was bad blood between him and the IGP, he said no, but stressed that the two of them disagree on professional grounds. He also admitted to comments he made to General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Kodua, that if care was not taken, he, Kodua, would send the elephant family to the opposition. He has also admitted that he is a sympathizer of the NPP, but not a card-carrying member. Wow. Wow. And come to the final paragraph. He says, the tape that I heard today, there are so many things in the tape that I don't remember. Listen, I don't remember. It's not that he didn't say, that I don't remember. And there are so many things that we discussed that are not on the tape. I have met Bugri Nabu 4 times. And we have discussed many things, some of them private things that I am not ready to discuss in public. I am meeting with Bugri Nabu. I had a meeting with Bugri Nabu, but I don't remember having any plan to remove the IGP because I don't remove the IGP. You can remove him through a coup. You have so many people backing you. According to you, aggrieved police. So they can all go back and fight, right? So you see, he is accusing Dampare, the IGP, of editing and doctoring the tape. If you have any evidence, can you give to us? I expect that the committee would ask him for evidence. But there's obviously bad blood there. Dash it away. It's sad. But hear me. Do we have forensics in Ghana? A whole police service. One of the earliest on the continent. Do we have a forensic lab? How equipped is it? This issue of it's been edited, forensics could easily deal with that. Are we that low when it comes to science? No police service in the world in these modern times would ever work without forensics. He's been doctored. He's not been doctored. Osafuma said, my voice was doctored. This one says, it's easy to find when you use forensics. Are we that forensically illiterate? I'll leave it. Next story. And we'll leave it here. We're going to spend only about 2 minutes on this one. We'll take your comments and we are done. Tongo, forest or mines? How many of you have been to Tongo before? Talensi area there. They have some beautiful rocks there. There's a rock quarry. Look at this rock. They call it the Talensi rock. My God. It's a beautiful rock. It gives shelter to people, just like the umbrella rock. And you look at the back, it's forest. But gold has been seen there. Are we going to keep this place? And watch this. Can you see the bones in there? Do you know what bones they are? It's a shrine. This is the Tongo shrine, Baba Tongo. It's one of the most powerful shrines in the world. Baba Tongo. People go there for healing. They go for spiritual, whatever. They've discovered gold just under the rocks. Would they blast this rock and pick up the gold? The whole area has gold. What is going to happen to the Tongo forest and the Tongo rock? This is Baba Tongo. Will we leave the forest like that and conserve it, or we will mine and destroy the forest? That's the big question I'm asking. Run the story. We're just going to take a few lines. Talensi, rock shelters, shrines, and gold. The Tongo Hills, with its attractive rock formations and natural rock shelters, is the sacred epicenter of the Talensi people and home to numerous shrines. Did you hear that? People from all walks of life visit the shrines for consultation, spiritual healing, fortification, and pursuit of wealth, amongst others. The Tongo Hills and Tegzuk Shrine have been proposed for the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization UNESCO World Heritage Site. Students and researchers, including anthropologists and archaeologists, often visit the site for academic purposes. But what is happening? Now that they have found gold there, what is going to happen? They already have about 7 active concessions with a maximum of 4 pits for mining. In fact, in all, there are about 70 mining concessions with gold deposited sites for mining in that area. Are we going to conserve the place for the UNESCO World Heritage, or we are going to destroy it? What is your answer? Greens or the browns? Dash it away. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Will we leave it for the next generation to come and see? Or we will destroy our history and our heritage sites, all because of some gold found there? We have dug out all the gold in Ghana. It never helped us. Is this the one under a shrine, under a World Heritage for the UNESCO, that will help us? I'm just asking you. Let's take your comments, closing comments, and we are done. Amanda Shevchenko says, come here. You think say you day wise. Stephen Banda says, come here. Woyo. Ajeduna says, welcome, Blakk Rasta Sharif. Ibrahim says, that is where corruption starts. I think we read this before. More comments quickly. Stephen Banda says, Blakk, speaks truth to power. Thanks so much. Jata says fire. Say the system is not attractive. Amanda Shevchenko says, Dada, please, what's the meaning of the word patriarchalism? Of course, it has to do with patriarchs and all that. You know, patriarchs are supposed to be some holy, type of people and all that. So he has some spiritual undertones, right? You know where patriarch is, right? Prince Mahmudu says, greetings, Blakk Rasta. I love your vibes and keep the work flowing around the globe. Peace out. Blessed love. Reginald Ni Ayite Nunu. Reginald Ni Ayite Nunu says, bless up, Blakk Rasta. Kuchoko to the world. War. Gladys Clark says, good evening to you all from Hamburg. And Stephen Banda says, happy birthday to the King of Africa, Blakk Rasta. May you grow to be 123 years. Blessed love, guidance. If that new age is going to help change Africa, why not? If not, no, sir. Oscar Pendragon says, hello, Blakk Rasta. I want to know the meaning of Bawa song. All right, a new child has been born, and then we are celebrating. That's what it means. Oscar Pendragon says, God bless your new age. You shall live very long to speak truth to power. Remember, the birthday is tomorrow, Saturday, the 2nd of September. I was born in 1974. More comments. Talio Paris says, Blakk Rasta, great work for God and country. Lambon Josiah Wunini says, Winimi says, Blakk Rasta, we are watching you live from Garutimpane. You are too much and reason more than this. Our selfish and dirty politicians, well, I say, keep up the good work, and God is with you. Blessed love. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you. More comments coming in. Yakubu Osman says, Blakk, I would always follow you if Ghanaians even refuse to follow you. And Sadat Aduku Karim says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. Wish you a happy new month. Enjoy your weekends. Well, and then Blakk Rasta, I want to die for Africa, right? I want to grow Africa, but our political leaders are very wicked. We have to change that situation. Sweet Papito says, hello, Blakk Rasta, the youth president, the papa of truth, honesty, and patriotism. I pray Ghana is still safe till the election comes and the next government should wise up. Amanda Shevchenko says, Dada, one factor why our passport is not respected is because we are underdeveloped. What do you think? Of course, and we are running after them begging. How are they going to respect us? Sola Jimawena from Togo says, Black Empire Media members, today is your birthday. Blakk Rasta, you are too much. The birthday is tomorrow. Stephen Banda says, Blakk, please, come, please. You are staying in my house. Okay. He says he's welcoming me to his house in South Africa when I come. Bloemfontein in South Africa. I would love to do that. Contact our phone numbers rolling on the screen right now and let me know exactly where you live. When we come, we'll be there. Yakubu Usman says, hey, Blakk Rasta, today I lost words because every day we hear things. We are always hearing things we don't want to hear. That's what he's saying. All right, we are done. I want to say thank you so much for coming. Thank God it's Friday. And I want to say I love you. I appreciate you. Guidance and protection. My name, Blakk Rasta. It's been the Black Pot. And enjoy the weekend. And we shall return on Monday. Until then, Ghana shall prosper. Wayo!